Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining us. Just taking a little walk down the woods. Sit down, have a brew, have a cup of tea, and a little chat about some things that have been going on this year, I guess. The main thing I want to do is say goodbye to the Small Arms, or Other Arms, sorry, Bergen, and talk about its replacement. So we're going to find ourselves somewhere nice to sit down, have a brew, and we'll have a chat then. See you in a minute. Starting to rain, but about 12 months ago I bought this. This is the Other Arms Bergen. I did a few mods on it. I tried to change the colour on it. I added this net on the back for cargo purposes, and then I said I'm going to try and use this for the next 12 months as my main piece of kit. Well, that 12 months is up now, so I thought time to do a bit of a review. How did I get on with it? And the question that I was really trying to answer was is it a viable piece of equipment for everyday use? Well, answer that one straight away. Yes, it is. You can use this every day. If you're just getting into hiking and, you know, this sort of out in the woods and everything, this piece of kit is great. It doesn't cost a lot, so you don't worry about it when you're pushing through brambles and stuff like that, about it snagging and ripping and things like that. So you can pick these up relatively cheap. I can't remember how much I paid for this. I think I paid about £20, something like that. And I paid about another tenner for the side pouches. And it was in good nick, you know. I mean, it was a good quality one. I'll put some links there to it. I added the cargo net more because I wanted to have a go at seeing if I could make the cargo net, but it's been so useful. I mean, when we needed to get out of somewhere quick and things are wet, just stuff everything in there, get out there. You don't have to worry about it. Is it raining, mate? You don't like the rain. It's pretty tough and robust, like I say. It's a decent size, so it is. I think these are 60 litres, and then you get an extra 10 per rocket pouch, so 80 litres in total. And it's been everywhere with me. I took it to the Netherlands and did a big 10-mile hike there and an overnighter, so it carried all my gear, my food, and because I didn't know whether I was going to be sort of tenting or, you know, on the ground or in the trees, it carried all the kit to cover both eventualities. What's the maximum weight I've carried in this? Maximum weight I've carried in this was around about 51 pounds, 20 something kilos. And that was on the high peak hike. That was hard work, but it coped fairly well. I mean, it wasn't particularly comfortable towards the end, but it didn't really seem to rub or chafe or move around a lot. It always felt fairly stable. The only issue was being a single pouch, everything goes in there. So my rocket pouches, which I'll continue to use. I am retiring this from main use now. The rocket pouches I will continue to use, but I'll introduce to the new piece of kit in just a short while. So yeah, going back to what I was saying, if you're just getting into it, great piece of kit. All the British Army stuff is. It's not particularly lightweight, but if lightweight isn't a big issue for you, you know, if you're not too worried about the weight, then I thoroughly recommend go out and get one. And yeah, just straight off the shelf, it'll be a great piece of kit for you. Like I say, fairly comfortable. I've moved over, or I'm moving over to a thing. It's not a rucksack at all, so I'm not going to be using a rucksack next year. I might occasionally use a day pack, and I'll probably continue to use the rocket pouches of this as a day pack because I got the yoke with it. So you will still be seeing them, just not this particular bag. What I'm moving over to is the Tatonka Lastenkraxe. I think it's tracked. It's got an X in there, but it's German, so it's Swedish, so it could be Lastenkraxe. The X could be a Z. And this is not a rucksack. This is a load carrying harness. So it's not a rucksack. It's not designed to be a rucksack. It is designed for carrying weights up to 50 kilos. So £100, I'm never going to carry 50 kilos. But it's designed for carrying awkward shapes, designed originally for hunters, for when they butcher their game on the trail and they want to get the game back, so they can literally just put whatever you want on there. Well, what I found was that whenever I went out, regardless of what bag I was taking, I'd inevitably end up strapping stuff to the outside of it. So I thought, well, I'd actually be happier just having something that I could strap things to. I became aware that these existed a couple of months ago, but they are so difficult to get hold of. I think this is out of stock again now, and I was waiting since sort of early November to try and get hold of this one. Not particularly expensive. I mean, they, depending on where you look, they can be anything from £200, but when I bought this one, I paid 126, so absolute bargain. The carrying system on the back of it is something that you'll be used to seeing, very similar to what you'd see on a high-end rucksack. On a high-end rucksack, so you've got the nice padded belt there, air vents at the back, and then the height adjuster, so you can adjust it for different size. You've got your load straps there and there to bring the load in close to your body, and you've got the same down the bottom on your waist straps there as well. So all of the adjustment that you'd see on a high-end rucksack is on this one. Now, I've just walked in with it with a little bit of kit, not a huge amount of weight on it, but it was actually really, really comfortable. It didn't feel like it was going to move at all. It felt nice and stable on my back. There's sort of like little molly straps on the back there, which, as you can see, I've just got some carabiners hanging from it, and then D-rings placed around various points. Just bring that one down there. So there's a D-ring down the bottom there as well, for you to hook things onto. And the idea is that you just put what you want on here. So I did see reviews on these, a few and far between. I did see one guy who had I think he had a Bergen, one of the 120 litre Bergens or something, but they have removable, all of this is removable. So we'd removed all this off the Bergen and then strapped the Bergen to the front of there, which, you know, sort of semi-pointless, I guess, because the Bergen already had its straps and everything, but this does give you the ability to carry much greater weight in it. So you can see how I've got this loaded up right now with, I've got the boxes for the drones there and the cameras, tripod, all sorts of things on there. There's the bag at the bottom, the Bergen. So once you get into the woods, obviously you can take all that off and that gives you this view, okay? And then if you're doing things like collecting wood, you can just lie it down, you can fill all this up with wood, strap it down, put it on your back, wander back into camp, you know. Carrying things like water butts, food, anything. Yeah, so this is what I'll be using for the coming year, and hopefully forever moving on then. Weight, it is 2.5 kilos ish. I think it's 2.7 it might be, so it's not particularly heavy, not particularly light. If lightweight's your thing, this isn't going to do it for you. But if, like me, you're relatively happy wandering around High Peak with 50 pounds on your back, this is going to be a better option than that. So we say goodbye to the old, that's on its way out, and hello to the new. So look out for this on the next one. Until then, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you on the next one.